All right, we can get started. Welcome back to with Advantage, Episode 3. So, last time, the party had continued their adventure in the sewers beneath Eserim, looking for why there were some strange creatures coming out of it. And as they did that, I just realized I didn't have my dice here. They are. Okay, good. They eventually found that there was, after running into a gelatinous cube, they found that there was a large creature sitting in the sewers that was basically just consuming a bunch of potions and alchemy crap that had been thrown down there. And it was just some monstrosity of a creature. And they surmised after defeating it that that's probably what was happening, was that the potions and leftover alchemy bits were getting into the water, which the creatures in the sewers were consuming, turning them into horrible monstrosities. So they made their way out, and where we left off, you guys had just exited the sewers, and that was it. You made your way to the top. And I have a little snippet. So, you guys exit the sewers of Eserim, shielding your eyes as they adjust to the bright light. You breathe in deeply as you inhale the fresh air, glad to be out of the nasty, dank smells of the sewers. Ships pass by along the river, making their way to the gray docks as the crews prepare to unload their goods. It appears to be late in the afternoon. You can see stores are winding down their trade as they prepare to close up shop for the night. Off in the distance, you see a large storm that's rolling in as the winds begin to pick up around you. As you take in the moment, you see two guards standing on either side of the sewer entrance, one a halfling male, the other a dark-skinned woman. These are the guards that let you pass when you were going down there initially. The woman looks to you and says, "Good, you made it out. I assume things went well?"
Yeah, you could say that.
Just a few near-death experiences.
Yeah, I mean, just a few here and there. Single digits.
Laughs to herself and says, "Well, I'm glad to hear it. Captain Doring asked me to escort you guys to him once you had made your way out.
Okay.
Please follow me."
Could we take a detour maybe and get a bath first? Because we're kind of covered in sewer junk. I mean, if your captain's cool with that, that's fine. But
she kind of like covers her nose and says, "Yes, I do think you need a bath, but Captain Doring said it was of the utmost importance that you meet with him right away."
I comply.
Levi?
All right.
I follow suit.
You guys can see Flowscape right now, right?
Yeah.
You're sharing it. All right, cool. So yeah, you guys are here. Make your way out of the sewer entrance, and she leads you down along the path. Down to the guardhouse right here. So she leads you guys down the stone path. As you pass the merchant shops, the wind continues to pick up as you guys follow behind her. You soon arrive at the guardhouse where you guys initially met Captain Doring, and she leads you inside. There you see some guards who are finishing up their shifts, heading home as they bid farewell to their companions, as you see some others making their way out. As you enter inside and start making your way through, the guard who's leading you stops a woman who seems to be heading out on her shift. She has short black hair and carries a sword at her side. And as she heads out, the woman that's leading you says, "Kiara, stay safe out there. Looks like a storm is coming." And the woman says, "Oh, Jareen, I'll be fine. Thank you very much, though. You know I always stay safe." As she continues past and heads outside.
Who is that?
She says, "Oh, that was just a friend." So she says, "Let's go. We must. Captain Doring is waiting to hear from you." So she leads you guys through a few more doors up to a large oak door, which she knocks on. And from inside, you hear a familiar voice say, "Come in." And so she pushes open the door, and you see Captain Doring sitting at a large desk. He has a quill in his hand as he has a few scrolls nearby. And Jareen, who you found out is her name from the other woman, kind of salutes.
What was the name?
Jareen. Yeah, Jareen. Exactly, like tangerine.
But without the tan.
Exactly. I meant to say this woman. She has darker skin and black hair, kind of pulled back into a ponytail. You've only seen a few people with darker skin like that. So, anyways, as you guys enter, Captain Doring stands to his feet and he says, "Ah, good to see you guys made it back." So,
I also
Serene,
salute when
that will
she
be
salutes.
all. Oh, okay. He salutes you guys and says, "At ease." He says, "Jareen, that will be all." And she makes her way out as Captain Doring motions for you guys to have a seat nearby.
I take a seat.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Take a seat. Kind of give him a quizzical look, though, because obviously we're filthy and we're sitting down in these chairs that weren't before.
I look over at Levi and I tell him, "Do not worry about being dirty. This is nothing compared to the exercises I used to do back when in my military days."
Well, yes, but I mean,
One thing I remember from my training is worry not about how you smell, but always remember that the job must be done first, and we got to make sure this is done first. I go like
So
super.
poetic.
I go super like military mentality on him for that little section.
Meanwhile, Captain Doring's just waiting for you guys to finish your conversation.
Yep. Okay.
Sorry,
Alright.
Captain. I apologize.
He says, "No worries." He says, "I do suggest you guys take a bath after this."
Please.
Kind of chuckles to himself. He says, "So, I assume you guys were successful down there?"
Yeah, we were. Found a couple things down there. A couple of corpses, a couple of multi-headed animals,
Gelatinous cubes.
gelatinous cubes.
He kind of leans back in his seat and he's like, "Oh yes, I may have forgot to mention that. Did you guys not
Oh,
know
it's fine. Really, it's great. No
They're
problem.
dead.
He's like, "Oh,
Uh,
they're dead. Okay,
Well,
that's good to know."
there, as in there was multiple.
It's like, "Oh yes, there are 2 gelatinous cubes in these sewers beneath Eserim right now." That sounds like
Update. There's
only
one.
now.
Yeah,
All right,
only one.
Well, I will
Yeah,
be
we
sure to
only-
let the Masons Guild know. I don't think they'll be very happy about that, but
Well, we were not informed that they belonged to the city.
We
that is true.
yeah.
Thought you might have known that, but I guess not. That's all right. My
So we
opinion is
found down
rather
there.
dangerous.
Looked like someone was dumping alchemical supplies, and some kind of monster was made of junk. It looked like was consuming these, and all sorts of animals down there were consuming these things, and it ended up just mutating them, transforming them.
And then breathe fire for some
Yeah,
reason.
that one. Yeah, breathe fire. That was.
He kind of nods his head, like just listening. He's like, well, sounds like I'll need to be sending a strongly worded letter to the Alchemist Guild. That is illegal to dump substances into the sewers. Everyone knows that, but it sounds like somebody is not following the rules and has caused quite a bit of trouble.
From what we know about this place that we're at, could we tell? Because you said when we were down there and we were fighting the actual creature, there was light coming from above it, right? That area?
Yes.
Would we be able to ascertain the location on the top side of the city if we walked around, or
You
would
think,
we know
yeah,
that already?
If you walked around, you could probably figure it out. Kind of just walking around the area and saying, okay, we went down this direction kind of thing. You don't think you could figure that out right now without kind of walking around, as you've not really walked around the merchant's quarter too much.
Maybe
If,
we could show them.
Yeah, if you would like, we can probably show you where we saw the chemicals through the top side of the city. Maybe it can better help you understand where these chemicals might have come from.
He kind of like nods his head. He's like, I think that sounds like a good idea. Shall we?
Yeah.
He stands to his feet.
Yes,
and
sir.
He's like, I'll let you guys lead the way.
Are you sure you want to stand downwind of us?
He's like, well, I've heard there's a storm coming in, so I think I'll be good.
Ah, so we won't have to go to the bath then.
Mother Nature will bathe us.
That is one way to do it.
I'm good.
So what I would like to do is basically head to the entrance of the sewers.
Okay. So yeah, so you guys, let me get it in Flowscape. Alright, so you guys make your way, ooh, a little laggy, back through the Merchant's Quarter. Oh wow, it's really laggy right now. Then FPS.
So basically, yeah.
Alright, make your way back to the sewer entrance.
Yeah, so what I would like to do is basically follow, like, on a one-to-one basis, follow the path that would take us basically to that room. And according to what you told us and what we saw, we could basically just walk straight into that room, since there should be no gates blocking our way up here, right?
So you're wanting to walk above ground, right? You're not wanting to go down.
No, we're not going down. We wanted to show him above ground, basically,
Gotcha.
like where
Okay.
we would say
Go
it's
ahead
right here.
and go ahead and roll an intelligence check.
Oof, not my strong suit.
I mean,
I'm
since we're all
strong.
there, could we assist him?
Yeah, you could assist him. He would have advantage on the roll if you want to assist him. How do you want to
Yeah.
assist him?
Like help him remind, like, because I've been taking notes and stuff like this through this
Okay.
whole journey, so maybe some of my notes would come in helpful.
Maybe
Okay.
he's like, remember, it's this way, and then like around here.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll with advantage.
Okay, one of them was a 3, but the better roll was a 18 minus 1, so 17.
17. Okay. So as you kind of walk the Merchant's Quarter, right, wind picking up as the storm's rolling in, you realize, kind of tracing back the way you guys went after, you were in the slug room, then you went down a little bit, or actually, I guess it was to your right a little bit. You eventually find your way to the center of these trees, which basically are surrounded, which you can't see very well right now, but are kind of surrounded by all these merchant stalls.
Would there be some kind of like
You see, yeah,
sewage
so-
grate or something?
Yep, so in the middle here, the trees are a little thick. Where is it? There's a little clearing.
You're a little thick.
Wow, thanks. But yeah, so basically there is a little clearing in the trees that you do see a grate. And that's where you
That's
think-
exactly. Yeah, that's where I would point to and say, I believe this might be the room underneath where we fought that creature, where all the chemicals were being disposed of.
And he kind of like peers down into the grate, see if he can see anything, and he stands back up and he's like, well, looks like maybe there was a merchant stall who was throwing some items into the grate here. Might have to look around tomorrow morning and see if we can figure out who's doing that.
Do I smell a stakeout coming on?
No, that's just us.
He
No,
says,
but it
well,
was nice. No steak.
he says, well, that might be official guard duty. Doesn't sound like something that you guys need to worry about. As far as I know, you guys were just concerned with figuring out what was going on down in the sewers, right?
Yes. Yes, sir. And we did take care of that monster problem with that creature.
Well, that's good to hear. Hope it didn't give you guys too much trouble.
No trouble at all. And I just like stand tall and proud, but you can tell that I've been badly injured.
Make a deception check.
Oh, come on.
Doesn't he have like 4 HP?
Does your foot
I
hurt? Did you hurt your foot during the fight? Is that what happened?
I hurt my foot during the fight. My big
Ow.
toe hurts.
Is that what it
You
is?
said Deception?
Deception, yes.
Where's my oh, there it is. Oof. 10 flat.
All right.
Yeah.
He can tell you're lying, but he kind of like nods to you. You can tell he kind of
In my mind, I'm like,
saw right through
come
it.
on, man, just let me have this one.
He's like, well, I appreciate your assistance. I don't know when we would have been able to get down there. all these politics going around, it makes it difficult to get good work done, but I'm glad you boys were able to take care of it for us this time. The city owes you a debt of gratitude, and I am thankful for your assistance.
How about a debt of money?
He kind of chuckles and he's like, well, from what I understand, you'll be getting paid for the job from the Goblin Gazette. So I think that should be more than enough for what you need.
I kind of like just roll my eyes a bit, but I try not to show it because I show respect to the higher ups in military.
Okay.
Knowing I smell like pure garbage, I aggressively shake his hand and then bring him in for a tight hug.
All right. So you shake him, shake his hand, give him a hug, and he kind of like steps back and he's like, well, thank you for that, as he kind of like dusts off his jacket. He's a very put together guy. So
He sounds like a very put together guy.
Good friend, Luke.
And he's like, well, if there's anything else you guys need, you know where to find me. Don't be surprised if I come looking for you. Might need some extra help sometime to get things done.
Hopefully paying help next time.
And he's like, maybe. We'll see. He kind of smiles and he goes, well, have a good night, boys. I will see you around. And he turns around and makes his way back to the garden.
Before he leaves, I also wish him a good night, and I salute one final time.
All right. He salutes you back and says at ease as he turns around and makes his way back.
When he gets far enough, I'm just like, stingy ass.
Yes.
Do we know anything about like weather systems? Like you said, a storm's coming. Should we be concerned?
You guys were here for maybe a day or two before you all teamed up, so it seems to be a regular storm from what you know. Not like any torrential. So Eserim is located in the Abundant Plain, not near the oceans. I can share it with you actually here. I made sure I brought up the map. Here, let me switch it over.
Hey, look, it's a map.
Bam, there we go. So yeah, so Eserim is, I don't know if you guys can see it very well, right here. What's it look like on the stream? It's alright, you can kind of see it right here. So it's kind of located in the heartland of the Abundant Plain of Ethane, so it's not near like the coast or anything like that.
So we're near the mountains.
Yep.
All right.
Sounds good.
Alright.
Shall we head back to the Goblin Gazette, guys?
Sure. Do we want to
think
clean
so.
up first?
I believe.
Yeah.
Presentable
we'll clean up.
for our new employers.
I want to make it known. I feel like our story's not complete.
I
But,
had a suspicion, but at the same time, I am pretty beat to shit right now.
From what I feel, I agree with you. It seems suspicious that these chemicals were dropped down there in a specific place to make a monster transform things that way. So, seems almost intentional.
My suspicion was there might be more than one.
That's definitely possible.
All right.
don't know.
So clean up and then go see Goblin Gazette.
Yeah,
All right.
that'd be great.
At the beginning, you told us we had rooms provided for us, or we were to provide our own rooms, or
I don't remember.
We were
what
staying
I
at a,
told you, but, Grogard mentioned to you that they do provide housing for employees.
oh yeah, and this was our initial
But he
test run,
didn't-
so we're not official
Yeah,
employees.
so he didn't give you.
But didn't we have a
You
room at
guys-
the
yeah,
inn?
You guys are staying at. There are a few inns around town, and you guys are staying there. But yeah, he didn't give you the location that you guys would be staying at. You figure he might give you that information if you head back to him.
So, do you guys want to head back, or should we just pay out of pocket for room so we can clean ourselves?
Do we happen to know if there's like a bathhouse or something in town, or did we see one while we were walking around?
Like a public bathhouse?
Yeah, like a public bath or something.
You've not seen one. You guys, like I said, haven't been in town that long. But you've not seen one. You could maybe ask around if you want to find one.
I'm better with directions, guys.
Well, yeah, apparently he needs some help, but so I would prefer before meeting the Goblin Gazette that we look at least a little presentable.
What time of day is it right now, though?
So it is, like I said, it's getting to be late afternoon. You're thinking probably around 4, 5 o'clock. You can, like I said, you can see a lot of the shopkeepers are closing down for the night and heading off to wherever they're staying.
We found 90 gold, right?
Yeah, we did.
It was around that. It was like 85.
You were holding on to that one?
Okay, I'll dish out 30 to each of them.
Okay.
Ooh. And then, Levi and I found a red gem.
Yeah, we should go check this out maybe tomorrow and figure out if we can if it does anything or if we can sell it.
Maybe get it appraised.
Yeah, exactly.
The distance, you guys hear the thunder starting to roar in the distance.
Let's get inside quickly. Should we just convene for the night? Kind of like go back to our inn, clean up, and then see the Goblin Gazette early in the morning because they're probably bound to be closing down relatively soon.
Yeah, stitch up some wounds.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree with that.
Okay. All right. So you guys, are you all wanting to stay in an inn together, or you want to?
Yeah, just
inn?
I'm fine staying with you guys if you want. I don't have a room yet. If you happen to have a recommendation for where you guys were staying, because you guys were in here a couple of days before me.
Sure. Where was I staying, DM?
Yeah, DM.
So there are a few inns around town, but the one that you guys were staying at was called the Balding Bard, and the reason you were staying there is because it is next door to the Goblin Gazette.
That's where we were staying.
Let's
we
go
were
there.
staying at that place.
At the Balding
All right.
Bard.
The sewer fumes, they made me temporarily forget.
All right, so you guys make your way past the merchant shops and to the Bowling Bard, which is this building right here. As you guys get inside, you can hear in the distance the rain beginning to make its way toward town as you guys just step inside. Let me pull up my notes real quick.
Guys, 1 room, 2 rooms, 3 rooms. Be forewarned, I am a loud snorer.
I can get my room. I have no problem with that.
All right, so you guys enter in. As you enter in, let me switch up the music. There we go. You guys hear that?
Like babbling brook and
It should
bird?
be changing. No, I should be hearing like fire roaring, wind blowing.
I hear fire.
There you go. All right, cool.
got it.
All right, so as you guys enter in, kind of from the outside, it's a very dimly lit inn. Has a rustic interior. Dark wood lines the walls, as well as a few beautifully painted pieces of art, and even some weapons and armors hung up around the area. A fire roars in the hearth as the sound of conversation and laughter fill the air. Near the front of the tavern, to your left, is a stage. You see some musicians up there playing. And in the center of the tavern is a large bar which contains every sort of liquid or liquor you can imagine. You see some barmaids making their way throughout, serving guests who are sitting around at tables. It seems like it's a pretty popular place tonight. As you see patrons, shouting, laughing, eating, drinking, doing whatever they need to do. At the bar, you do see a larger man as he sits there conversing with some of the other patrons. answering drink requests, stuff like that.
So the bartender?
Yes, you're assuming.
Got it.
I approach.
All right. So you approach the bartender. He is a larger man, has a large brown bushy beard. He is bald. And as you get closer,
You're describing me right now.
actually looks just like you. As he sees you guys approaching, he leans forward on the bar and he's like, kind of opens his arm wide. He's like, "Welcome, welcome to the Balding Bard." He's like, "How may I assist you boys?"
3 rooms, please.
3 rooms for the night. All right, will those be separate rooms? All right. And he like pulls out a small little book as he starts to like go through it, and he says, "All right, that will be 10 gold apiece."
Oh, that's expensive.
Does this come with a meal?
Yes, the room. Buying a room comes with food and drink.
Okay.
So continental breakfast.
Yes. After the first drink, though, that's the first one's on the house with a room. The rest of them are not.
I
pay him.
slide him my 10 gold piece. I ask him for some wine in the key, and I'm on my way.
I
All
pass
right.
him that as well, and then I'm gonna ask him for his like strongest drink,
All right. So
whatever will get you messed up.
All right, so Elamir, he grabs the key, hands it to you. He's like, "Do you want the bottle or just a glass?"
Just the glass.
All right, so he pours you a glass of wine, hands it over to you, and looks over to Levi, and he's like, "Strongest drink you've got, huh?" Or I've got.
Mhm.
He like turns around, kind of rummages around for a bit, finds a tankard, pours a dark liquid into it. Let's see if we can find it. Yep, dark liquid, quite frothy, and he kind of scoots it towards you, and he says, "This one will put some hair on your chest," and kind of laughs to himself.
Oh, good, it's bald.
And then he looks over to you, Seal Scar, and he's like, "What can I get you?"
So I slap my 10 gold, and are both Elamir and Levi still down, or have they gone up already?
So he has to show you guys to your rooms. He's getting you your order, your drinks, and then he's gonna show you.
All right, so I just tell him to give me whatever whatever the popular drink around here is. I'll take one of those.
Okay. He turns around. This one's a bit of a lighter looking ale as he pours it, slides it over to you, and he's like, "Well, if you guys boys don't need any food, just follow me and I'll take you to your rooms."
Also, can you also include a glass of milk with that?
He kind of looks at you for a second. He's like, "All right, just give me 1 second." As he, you see him kind of move to the back room, as milk is not something that most people are coming here to get. He comes back with a glass of milk. And he's like, "All right, would you like me to show you to your rooms?"
Please.
Yes, please.
All
Yes, please.
right. And he kind of calls over one of the barmaids who doesn't seem to be busy at the moment, and she kind of tells her what rooms you guys have as she leads you guys upstairs. Go up some, fine wooden steps. As you guys enter, you can, or get to the second floor, you hear the distant chatter and laughter of the patrons who are there for the night as she kind of, walks up to the first room and says, "Here's one of your rooms, whoever would like it," and she continues to do that for each of you guys.
All right. Once she gets me to my room, I toss her a gold piece.
She's like, "Thank you, sir." She like does a little curtsy and then makes her way back downstairs.
Cool.
I
wanna clean
go
up.
to my room.
All right, so yeah, you guys get into your rooms. You don't find that there's not a shower or anything in these rooms. You could maybe ask to see if there is a bathhouse or something in the inn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't something that you would ask down there.
Yeah. So once I'm in my room, I dispose of the drink, and I just enjoy my milk.
All right. Or you guys want to
As
go
soon
to
as I
bed,
see that
or-
there's no
okay.
shower, I'd like to go out and ask if there's a bath, or at least find someone that works there.
Okay. Yeah, so you go downstairs, grab one of the barmaids, and she says, if you need something, they can bring a a tub for you to bathe yourself in up to the room if you'd like.
Yes, please.
Okay.
I go down and ask for the same thing.
You guys are like passing each other in the hallways
Hey,
doing this.
hey, what's up?
Hello.
All right. Elamir, are you bathing yourself or no? Just gonna enjoy the stench.
Yeah, I'll follow suit.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you head down. They tell you the same thing. After, about 20 minutes, you guys each get a wooden tub in your room that you find that you could probably bathe yourself in, and a large bucket of water for you guys to bathe yourself and get the stench off. All right. You guys have anything else you want to do before you go to bed?
I want to eat, but I don't really need to do anything else while
Okay.
I'm eating.
All right. So yeah, you mentioned to one of the barmaids that you'd want some food brought to your room. And she brings
Yep.
it up. Eat it. Head to bed after
Yep.
that.
And then I'd
love-
like to just... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say I also have dinner and the store before heading off to the land of dreams.
All right. So you guys all take a nice
There's
long rest.
one thing else I want to do, right
Yep.
before I fall asleep. I'd like to just kind of write in a journal, kind of catalog my events that happened today. Just make sure,
Okay. You don't.
I like
forget.
to report stuff down. I just want to make sure that I have everything fresh.
Okay.
And
Oh yeah. So one thing I forgot to mention is I also asked one of the barmaids if they by any chance would it be capable of, if they have or could sell me a small little box, or if they have like a small little box available
Like
to give to
Like-
keep.
a small crate or something, not crate, but like a jewelry box kind of thing.
Maybe a little bigger.
Okay.
It-
You ask, and she's like, no, sir, I don't think we have anything that we could just give away. You might be able to purchase something tomorrow morning if you'd like.
I
There are lots
appreciate
of merchant stalls around.
Thank you for your help. Then
All right.
I go to sleep.
All right. All right. So you guys get any missing hit points back. I think you get a certain amount of hit die. I think it's like half your hit die or something like that.
Yep.
But I think you all should. I think you guys only spent a little bit. So,
I only spent 2, so I'm
yeah.
one short now.
All right. So you guys get it all back. You let the dreams take you as you sleep straight through the night, through the storm, and you guys awaken the next day,
I
bright-eyed,
snore very loudly
hungry, and ready to start your day. What would you like
and
to do?
sober.
And sober. It's right. You just drank some milk.
He needs some milk.
That was a strong drink.
I'll wander down to get food from the tavern.
Okay.
I go downstairs as well, and I see Elamir down there already.
Yeah, so Steel Scar, you head downstairs. You see Elamir already down there, eating some food. There are a few other patrons, who are probably people who had stayed here for the night as well. Just eating, some conversing, some sitting to themselves, trying to wake themselves up.
I call the barmaid over, and I'm like, I'll have what he's having, and point to Elamir.
All right. So she heads to the back and brings you out what Elamir's eating, which is just looks like some eggs, small piece of meat, and some bread. And she's like, would you like me to put this on a tab for you guys?
Sure.
She's like, all right, I will do that. And she kind of scurries off. See her write something down over at the bar.
Do any of the people, I guess listening out, do I hear any chatter kind of regarding the sewers or maybe some rumors or talk of the town, anything pique my interest?
You could roll a perception check, see what you can hear.
Sorry, I'm on push to talk tonight. 20.
All good. 20. Okay. So you kind of sit there, right, kind of looking around, trying to see if you can pick out anything, hear anything. You do kind of hear mentions about the sewers, but just, there's a small 2 men sitting off to your left who, after listening in for a little bit, you hear one of them kind of lean forward and go, I heard that there was some creatures down in them sewers. Wondering why the guards have it blocked off. And then you hear the other one kind of lean forward and he's like, yeah, well, I'm sure there's a good reason. No reason to stick your nose in business where it don't belong. And you kind of hear him going back and forth. You also hear what looks to be some guards who are sitting off in the far corner. And they seem to be conversing, talking about just their watch. You kind of hear, as you're listening in, you hear one of them kind of whispering in a very hushed tone, but you can't exactly make out what he's saying.
Okay. Could I get closer without it being obvious?
You could certainly try.
I would like to try.
All right. Go ahead and roll a. Go ahead and roll a. Let's say, are you trying to be sneaky getting over there, or just not obvious?
Just not obvious.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
So maybe if there's like
deception check.
a spot at the bar to sit closer.
Okay. You go ahead and roll deception check.
All right.
So they're not sitting at the bar. They're sitting kind of off in a corner. But you just wanted to get closer to them, right?
Did you say deception or perception?
Deception. Basically,
Okay,
you're wanting to look like you're not really. Okay. So yeah, so you kind of move closer, kind of, make your way up to the bar, try to listen in. But as one of them kind of glances over at you, and you see him kind of like tell the other one to be quiet as they kind of sit back in their seats and continue their breakfast.
Okay, so nonchalantly, I guess I go to the barmaid and just say, "Never mind, I'll pay that tab now." And so I go ahead and pay that off and make my way back to the seat.
Okay, that is 1 gold for you.
All right.
All right, so you make your way back.
Yeah, when I'm done with my meal, I call the barmaid over and also ask her to pay for my meal.
Okay.
Because I never did say I was gonna put a tab. Elamir said it.
Well, she was asking both of you, but that's fine.
Oh,
She's like, "Oh,
never
do
asked?
you not know what a tab is?"
I know what a tab is.
Yeah.
I never gave you an answer though.
She's, "Oh, my apologies." All right, so you pay for your food.
Yes,
So,
sir.
All right.
after they've paid, can I come down? Finally, waking up a bit late.
I mean, you had to make sure you look pretty for the day, right? You gotta look pretty.
Yeah.
Keep up
Um,
good looks.
I'd like to ask the barmaid for something to eat.
Okay. So she
so
gets
can I-
you. Oh, go ahead.
Can I get something sweet? I'd like some kind of, something sweet for the morning.
She's like, I could bring you some maybe biscuits and jam or something like that.
Oh yeah, that'd be fine, thank you.
All right. So you see her head back to the kitchen, come back out a few minutes later with a small platter with about 2 biscuits on it and some jam.
Okay. How much for these?
She says, these will be the money.
Expensive.
Super expensive. 40 gold. No.
Oh,
Just 10 copper for these.
All right, here you go. Thank you.
All right.
so a silver.
So you guys pay her, and she just continues her work. Are you going to sit by them? Or
Yeah.
are you sitting by yourself? Okay. So you guys see as Levi comes, makes his way to your table, sits down, looks put together, clearly spent time combing his hair in the morning.
Fancy one, aren't you?
I just want to look sharp, Want to impress the employer. I'm company man.
It is
Yes, I
true.
am.
Maybe they can reimburse us for all this food and stuff.
Exactly, maybe.
I never thought about it like that, but you might make a good point.
So, I guess, Levy, are you planning on doing the talking to Boss Man here?
Sure, I have no problem. Since it's kind of on me to be reporting back of what we're doing. Um, yeah, very well. I have no problem with that. I was planning on talking to them anyways. Kind of give them a rundown of what we did and where we went.
All right.
I have a couple of my notes. I hold up a little journal of kind of like that I wrote down last night. Trying to make sure I had all my thoughts together before we went and talked with them.
All right. Are you guys want to head over there? Finish up what you're
I'm
doing?
ready to
or-
follow when you guys are ready.
Yeah.
This time of the day, are the markets busy?
You don't know exactly what time it is because you've not stepped outside yet. But as
Seen
people
the sun.
as people have kind of gone in and out, and we can see from the windows, it seems like it's still pretty early in the morning.
Okay.
So you're not exactly sure what time it is right now.
Okay. Well, you said it's just next door, so I guess I'm ready to hop over.
Let's head to the Gazette then.
Okay. All right. So you guys wait a few minutes for Levy to finish his meal as you guys head out and go next.
Oh no,
door
I can take these to go. I can take
These
them to go.
biscuits and marmalade.
I'll eat the first one and then take the second one on the road.
All right. So you leave the platter, but take the biscuits with you as you guys head over next door to the Goblin Gazette. So yeah, as you guys step outside, you can see that the ground's still wet, morning dew, also from the storm the previous morning. The sky is looking clearer, but you can tell it's kind of the morning after a storm feel. And you guys make your way out the.
Is it still raining?
No, it's not raining, but everything's just kind of wet, damp right now. Doesn't look like the merchant stalls are open just yet. You can see as some of them are making their way over to their stalls, starting to get their wares out, opening up the stalls, talking to each other, conversing.
Maybe I can go shopping after this.
Maybe get your shop on. And so you guys make your way next door to the Goblin Gazette. As you guys enter in, you see the familiar layout on the bottom. It's quiet. Doesn't seem to be anyone working right now on the floor. And you guys make your way inside, past the machines, the printing machines, and up the steps. And you see Sharon sitting at the desk. And she looks up as she sees you guys. Says, "Oh, welcome back."
Hey Sharon, how you doing?
Hello, Sharon.
She says, "Oh,
We're here to see
Sharon.
Groggard.
Oh, you're here to see Crockett. He actually just got in. Let me go see if he's ready." And she
Thank you.
kinda stands up, makes her way over to his office door, knocks, and then heads inside. She comes back out a minute later, and she says, Groggard will see you now if you'd like to go inside.
Great.
Thank you very much.
All right. She goes back, sits at her desk as you guys enter into Groggard's office. You see him looking put together, as always.
I just stand by the door, like leaning back.
Okay.
I'll walk up to him.
Okay. So he's, as you guys enter in, it's a familiar sight. His office. He's kind of sitting there looking through some parchment, and as he looks up, he sees you guys. He's like, "Well, well, well. Good to see you guys back. Were you successful down there?"
Indeed, we were. We were quite successful. We found out what was going on and why the guard did not want anyone going in there.
He kind of
It
claps
was,
his hands. He's like, "Excellent! I can't wait to hear it."
Yeah. So I guess we could start off at the beginning. So once we
He's
left,
like, "Please take a seat before we get started."
Great. All right, I'll take a seat.
I let Levi do all the talking since he's the one with notes.
I'll
He's like-
I'll pull up in my notebook and just kind of like
Alright.
be thumbing through them as I'm talking to him. I kind of want to explain to him. It's just like first we started off, Goblin Gazette. Everything was great, and then we tried to go investigate the sewers themselves. From there, we were told to go find the town's guard. and
Who did you speak to at the town's guard?
at the town's guard itself, we spoke to Captain Doring.
Oh, okay. Captain
And,
Slade is a good man.
Yeah, yes, he seemed very concerned about the sewer situation, but he had mentioned that due to the politics in town, he was unable to really let anyone in there or let an investigation start.
He kind of leans back and kind of scratches his chin. He's like, "Interesting. Do you happen to say what those politics were?"
No, we tried pressing him for it, but he didn't really go into it.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine he would want to share that information. But all right, that's
fine. So we worked out a deal with him to go and be let into the sewers, letting him know, like, hey, what's going on there, as long as we tell him what we end up finding. So we thought that was a fair trade. Give us access for a little bit of information that we're going to be getting anyways. And anything that, they wouldn't need to know doesn't necessarily need to be shared.
Shows that you guys can find a way to get to places you maybe shouldn't be. I like it.
So eventually we get led into the sewers. And in there we find a lot of pools of water, a lot of muck, a lot of dirt, a lot of ick. Didn't love that, but did get hit in the face with a slime ball. That was a bit of an awakening. Didn't like that one at all. But we ended up dealing with quite a few monsters in there. We had these slime worm things that popped out of the water, and they were shooting slime balls at us. I don't know the proper name for these types of creatures. We had a couple of two-headed rats that looked like they came from the ceiling. It was crazy. They dropped in on us, and they were like, oh gosh, they were about as big as a donkey almost.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
Carthus, were they really as big as a donkey?
No, I think I said they were about as big as a dog.
Yeah.
If I'm remembering right.
Yeah. About
Robbie
that.
doesn't know.
I don't know. I mean, I would if they're as big as a dog, I would technically know that.
Yeah, probably
because of my backstory.
Well, yeah, I was saying Grogger doesn't know that you guys are.
Oh, Grogger.
He doesn't actually know how big they were.
Why did I think I was Grogger?
I don't know. Grogger. Like, similar voice.
Yes, that's why.
We also ended up finding out that the city is keeping gelatinous cubes down there. To try and deal with the problem that they were having with these monsters.
Smiles. He's like, "Did you happen to find that out before you went down there?"
No, we didn't.
We killed
that in there.
Employee.
It was quite a surprise.
He kind of laughs to himself. Says, well, now you'll learn the value of gathering information before you go somewhere.
It's a good lesson.
Before he continues, I speak up and I'm like, well, we technically did talk to Captain Doring, and I believe he would be at fault for not sharing all the information that he knows of the city and the sewer system.
True skills are, but we could have asked. I mean,
he says, well, if you didn't ask the right questions, he wouldn't know to give you the right answer. It's a good lesson for you to remember.
He knew we were going into the sewers, thus he knew that they were in there.
Maybe he knew that or he thought you knew. You can't assume anything in this line of business.
You said it yourself. Assume. So he shouldn't assume that we knew.
Steel's car. It's fine. It's water under the bridge.
We argue back and forth for a bit till Levi cuts me off.
No. It's fine. I'll write a story about how epic your battle with the gelatinous cube was. It'll be great.
I appreciate that.
He's like, did you say you killed this cube?
Didn't have much of a choice, unfortunately.
It attacked us and I destroyed it.
And kind of, like, well, all right, we might have to pay for that, but do me a favor and don't mention that in the report.
No. See, Editing.
Edit. There you go.
And then we ended up making our way through these sewers, which ended up just winding around and then having doorways that looked like that they were able to be controlled by these giant wheels, and they would lock the gelatinous cubes into like certain little circles, basically. Ended up having to open up these doors, go around inside the sewer, eventually leading back into this main chamber where there was this monster that was being fed by alchemical supplies that were being dropped in from above. And this monster, it looked like it was just made out of like vines and like all the other kinds of like crates and boxes that were down there, and it looked like it was like just feeding on it. And it also breathed fire, which I know it sounds kind of crazy, but just hear me out. Like, it tried to eat Steel Scar, and it breathed fire.
It technically did swallow me up.
Yeah.
And it technically did burn me.
Yeah.
That's true. You have the charred armor to show.
I do have the chart armor to show. No, he does. I have some bite
Elmer
marks
does.
to show.
So, also, we ended up finding some unconsumed and unbroken alchemical supplies, which we still have with us.
When he says that, I give him a look.
No.
You give it to
I see
Grogger
that
or
look.
to Levi?
To Levi.
Okay.
Yeah. So, if you would like us to, we could always look into this further to see if there's someone behind this.
Oh, I look at Levi and I'm like, oh, I don't remember exactly the exact location where we took Dory to show him through the city area where the room was. Maybe you remember it better than I do.
Oh, I remember it.
Because, I mean, you did guide me there, so you would probably know better than me.
Yeah.
You were there too,
But
you remember?
you'd probably be able to find your way back.
All I remember is that it's by the market stalls.
There you go.
It's kind of like it's in between in the trees behind them all, is where they were dumping.
All right.
Can we show Grogert the potions and see if he sees anything
So
distinctive about them?
as I mentioned, I'm gonna pull them out and just be like, here,
Okay.
here they are.
He kind of glances at him and he kind of like waves his hand. He's like, unfortunately, I'm probably not going to be able to help you with that. You could maybe talk to Amber, see if she'd be able to help you. Potions aren't my strong suit.
No worries.
He's like, but
We just wanted to, give you proof.
finders keepers.
I give him a thumbs up.
Parts of the job.
So it sounds like someone won't be missing those. They were
No.
thrown into a sewer, so go ahead and keep them.
Illegal dumping.
There you go. So he kind of leans back after listening to everything you said, and he's like, interesting. Well, it's certainly a interesting tale. I think people will be excited to hear what was going on down in the sewers. Levi, were you able to write up a report on this?
I have some notes compiled. If you'd like me to file a full report, I can have that to you later today.
He's like, sure, that's, as part of our agreement, you guys were to discover what was going on in the sewers and deliver a report on it, and then we would offer you your positions at the Goblin Gazette. So until I have that report, can't officially offer you your positions, but from the sounds of it, sounds like you guys figured out exactly what was going on down there. Though you may think there's a little more going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, there might be.
That's up to you if you want to look into that more, but the job was to figure out what's going on down there, and you figured out that some potions were being dumped, creating some sort of fire-breathing monster, as he kind of like looks over at Elamir suspiciously.
Oh yeah, I do tell him. Once we showed Doring about where we suspected that the chemicals were being dumped, he did say that that matter would fall under official city jurisdiction investigation.
He's like, of course. Well, I might have to pay Captain Doring a visit to see what exactly was going on. A curious person.
If you go and see him, you just didn't hear from us that he let you in, because it's kind of a we don't want to lose a source if we don't have to.
What do you mean? I'm a little confused. What were you
So
saying?
like we because he kind of told us he let us into the
let us
sewer.
in. Wink, wink.
Yeah, he didn't let us in.
Oh.
Wink, wink, wink.
Yeah, he did not officially let us into the
He's like, oh,
sewers.
good to know.
Wink.
Good to know.
Yeah. So could I? Is there a spot around the Gazette that I could, sit and write for a bit, so I could write up this report now? Because we wanted to report to you in person, and then Steel Scar and Elamir can do whatever they wish as I write this report.
He's like, of course. You are welcome to use the room across the hall where you guys all met first.
Okay, great. Then I'll get right to it. I'll see you guys in a bit, possibly.
Sounds good. Who's got the gym?
Levi
I
does.
think Levi does.
I think I do. I'm not
Let's
gonna be
do it.
asking about it.
Yeah.
Take that off your hands and snoop around.
Yeah. Can
Once
I
we're out the room, right?
Yeah. Once we're out of the room, and
You
just
guys-
by
Not in
ourselves.
front of Crocker.
Okay, so Levi, you're gonna stay here, write your report up. Steel Scar.
Yeah, and then I'll
Elamir,
probably head out.
You wanna head out to town, or you wanna wait? It'll probably take him about an hour to write up a report.
Yeah.
I mean, in the meantime, what I would like to do is basically get the potions that we picked up and maybe have Elamir accompany me so we can talk to Amber about them, see what she can tell us
Okay.
while he
Alright.
writes the report.
All right, that's fine. So Levi, you make your way into the room. So you'll be in there for about an hour working on that. Go ahead and roll a performance check to see how well you write.
Come on, Levi. Come on,
What
Levi.
is it?
And that one.
Okay.
We went to sewer.
It's just fucking spelled awful.
You can
No.
write. You can make complete sentences. The spelling's just awful.
Is it just
And
like
it
reading
smelled
script
bad.
that, like they can't read?
You
Maybe
write
you
it
just
up.
have sloppy writing.
But
Or sloppy.
you're really nervous. You're still thinking about that slug that spat crap in your face, the giant creature that was down there. It all just kind of freaks you out, and the thoughts come flooding back as you're writing it up. It's not your finest work, but what was the total?
Oh, total.
Because a nat 1 on a
7.
skill check. Okay. Alright, so it's a 7. Nat 1 on a skill check is not an automatic fail. But
Wonderful.
alright, it's good
Daddy
to know.
DM bless.
Yeah.
Alright,
Can
so
I like proofread it and maybe take a little bit more time to make sure it's like
you could have someone else.
passable?
You could have someone else proofread it if you want, but to you,
So,
like,
Yeah.
so while he's doing that, like right before he starts, I pick up the potions from the table where he placed them, and I
yeah.
just
So I was having
Elamir
to do
and
that, so I don't forget. So, yeah,
investigate
so
these. Don't worry.
while you're doing
Yep.
that, Levi, Steel Scar and Elamir, you're gonna head downstairs. You're heading over to Amber. You want to ask her to see if she knows?
About the potions. Elamir picked up the gem as we all
Yeah,
exit.
he
right?
has the gem
Yes.
from me.
Okay. So yeah, we walk into the I forgot the trade, not the trading hub.
Brightstones is what their name
The
is.
Brightstones. Yeah, the Brightstones. There it is.
It's located
Yeah,
in the-
Brightstones.
It's located in the Goblin Gazette.
Yes,
it's on the
yes.
ground
Right.
floor. All right, so you guys enter in. As you walk in, you can see that Amber and Oscar had just. Looks like they just got into the office. They're still kind of like unloading their bags and stuff. And as you guys enter in, Amber sees you guys and she's like, "Oh, good morning, lads. How are you doing today?"
Good morning, Mrs. Amber. Yesterday we went on a mission,
I recall.
as you might know, and we happened to come across these vials, and we were wondering if you could help us figure out what some of these were.
She says, "Alchemy's not my strong suit, but I can certainly take a look."
We would highly appreciate your help.
Give me 1 second. Actually, that's a lie. because she makes potions. Give me 1 second. I didn't. I had to
You
look at
liar.
It was a lie. I had to look at my thing. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, because last time you said she sells potions.
Yep.
So I was
Yeah.
about to call you out on that too.
I lied. So yeah, she grabs the potions, and
She
so
says
you
it's
have-
not my strong suit. It's my everything.
Give me 1 second. Where is it? Where did I write that down? Here we go. Okay, so I had mistakenly given you what some of those potions were, so I'm not gonna have her take a look at those.
Yeah, I have written down 5 potions that you identified, but we have 4 potions that we have no
Yeah,
idea.
so you have 4 potions. that
orange.
Yep. So you
Four
had
mysterious
2
ones.
orange ones
And two-
that had like bubbles going up it,
Yeah.
and then you had
2 grayish
2
with like
gray,
sludgy.
sludge-looking ones. Alright, so
Yep.
she grabs those, and she is going to take a quick look at them. So she grabs the orange one and takes a look. Alright, she kind of looks at it, and she goes, well, this looks like a potion of fire breath. If you drink this, you'll be able to blow fire out of your mouth.
That makes sense.
It's pretty straightforward.
I look as soon as she says that, I just look at Elamir and I'm like, now we know why you got charred.
Damn trash monster.
Alright, and then she grabs the gray-looking one, looks it over. Alright, and so this one she says, and this one looks like a potion of growth. If you drink this one, you will increase your size for a period of time.
So that was 2 of fire and 2 of growth.
Yep, so it's 2 potions of fire breath and 2 potions of growth.
Okay.
She says, were you wanting to sell these, or were you wanting to hold on to them?
I think we'll hold on to him.
Yes, what he said.
Alright.
It might help us in our next.
I can help you boys with.
How do you
Look
feel
at
about gemstones?
She says,
Is that something you're knowledgeable in?
I don't know a whole lot about gems, but I can take a look. And Oscar might know a bit.
as he's telling her that, I tell him, careful how you approach with that, because her husband can get pretty mad. He gave me the look last time.
There you go.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
This is all
I
within
mean no
the Goblin
disrespect.
Gazette.
I mean no
You can trust
disrespect
him.
her.
What was that, Elamir? Sorry.
I said it's all within the Goblin Gazette. I think we can trust them.
Alright, so you hand over the gem to Amber as she takes a look at it real quick. And then she kind of hands it off to Oscar to take a look, and he kind of takes a look at it. Alright, so he goes, well, it's certainly a very nice, precious gem, but you know, I've not seen this before. There seems to be something about it that seems a little off. And then, as he says that, Amber kind of pipes up and she says, you know, that's right. This is actually it's a magical gem. It's called an Arcanist gem. Have you heard of one of those
okay.
before?
I have not. Do you? What does that mean?
I have no affinity to magic, so I know not.
I rolled terribly.
Yeah, you did.
Sure. So she says,
Or I guess, do I know what an Arcanist gem is?
you could roll a. What would that be? That would probably be a. I would just say maybe an intelligence check. See if you know
Okay.
what an Arcanist gem is.
A 9.
A 9. Yeah, you've not heard of an Arcanist gem before.
Okay. Is there anybody in town that you might recommend?
She says, well, would you like me to tell you what an Arcanist gem is first?
Yeah.
It's okay. I just wanted to make sure maybe you knew what it was. Well, an Arcanist gem is a powerful magical gemstone. Many people believe that they are found along the powerful arcane ley lines that snake their way across Ithane. And they have some very, let's say, they're very accepting of enchantments. One of the primary uses of an Arcanist gem is to create a ring of spell storing, if you're familiar with those.
What?
Levy, you're not here.
I know.
Intelligence
I know.
check
To do what?
to see. Do I know what that ring is?
What a ring of spell
the
storing
nine.
is?
Yeah,
You said
I have an
that's also a
assumption of
nine.
what it is, but
Yeah, you don't know. You've not seen one in person or been around one, but you get the general idea that it allows you to store spells in it.
okay.
But yeah, that's about all
And-
you really know.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. Like, is me having this like a big deal?
And she says, "Well, it's quite pricey, Jim, if you find the right person looking for it."
Okay.
So how much would a gem like this go for in the market?
Give me just 1 minute. And she turns around, starts looking through a book, pages through for a few minutes, kind of like, you see her finger going down the list of items, and she's like, so the gem itself would go for about 5,000 gold pieces.
I look at Elamir and I'm like, that's a lot of coin.
I'd like to retire. It's been fun, guys.
But then I'm like, maybe Levi would benefit from something like this since he does have all the magics.
She says, well, the gem by itself can't really do a whole lot. You need a master jewel crafter who is able to form it, as well as an enchanter who can form it in the proper way so that it can become a part of a ring of spell storing. The gem itself, while certainly magical, can't do much. It's just, it's something that someone would need if they wanted to create a ring of spell storing.
As much as I would like to say 5,000 gold is a lot, Levi did find it, so I would feel wrong selling such item without his consent.
Fair enough. I kind of greedily take it back and try to hide it.
Amber says, "It sounds like a good idea. You don't want to anger your new partners. Were you boys successful down there?"
Yes, we were.
Well, that's certainly good to hear.
As you see, we bring rewards that we collected.
She's like, well, perhaps I will see you around more often. Don't ever... always feel welcome to stop by. Don't hesitate to visit us. She's like, is there anything else you need from us today?
I don't think so.
I don't think so at the moment. We're just waiting for our partner to finish the report before we're official hires of the Goblin Gazette.
She says, all right, well, if you don't mind, we just need to get the shop prepared for any other Goblin Gazetters who may be making their way and asking questions or need to purchase something.
Thank you for your time.
We'll leave you to it.
So, all right, have a great day. And you see her kind of start, going through some books. As Oscar, you hear him hammering in the background, just ting, ting. All right, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna. I would like to head to where Levi's at and check if he's done writing the amazing report that he was working on.
Still writing.
Yeah, so it's been about 15 minutes since he started. So you guys are welcome to wait. You're welcome to wait for him if you want. It's just not gonna take super long.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit outside the room and I'm just gonna be like, I'll be waiting out here whenever you're done.
Thank
Eleanor,
you.
you wanting to wait as well?
Can I go back to the town square and maybe try to observe the area where the grate was and just see if I see anything suspicious?
Sure, you're welcome to do that. All right, so
Do I see him walking out?
I tell Steel Scar that I'm going to see if I can check out
so yes,
the grate,
you know
so he
what's
knows where
going
I'm
on.
at.
would you like backup with that in case if anything goes down?
I'm thinking this is probably more of a stealth operation at the moment. Just a recon. You can come
Yeah.
if you want.
No,
I'm not planning on fighting anybody.
I would probably blow your cover, so I'm not gonna risk it.
You could chop if you wanted to.
I could shop. You're right. I'll tell Levi like, peace. I'm gonna go shopping.
Chop till you drop.
There you go.
So yeah, I'm not gonna walk directly next to Elamir. I'll let him exit first, and then I'll just like follow at a distance to not look suspicious that we're like walking together.
All right, Elamir, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
These rolls, man. An 11.
11. Okay, so you, as you guys are seeing, some of the street vendors are opening up shop. People are starting to, exit the taverns and inns and houses nearby to begin their shopping for the day. You kind of make your way. Are you trying to hide in kind of like plain sight, kind of like sitting on the bench, watching, or are you wanting to like completely hide yourself?
Since the grate's kind of in the woods, I would like to sneak into the woods if possible.
Okay. All right. Well, are you a wood elf? Don't you get something? What is it? You're trying to hide in woods. I already had you roll though, so unless it's like giving you advantage or something, it's not going to change the roll. I don't think you get that. I think it's like you can hide around slightly obscuring trees or something.
Yeah, Mask of the Wild.
Yeah, what is
you
it?
can attempt to hide even when you are lightly obscured.
Okay. Yeah, so you rolled a 12, you said, or is 11?
11.
Okay, so you head in. So Steel Scar, you see as Elamir kind of disappears into the woods, or not the woods, but the trees nearby, and so you kind of set up, kind of waiting there for a little bit, Elamir. Steel Scar,
While he's doing that,
what to do?
I wanna know: is there anything like a mail service in this town?
You could inquire. You don't know, but you could certainly ask.
Yeah, I wanna. While he's doing that, I wanna ask around like where all the shops are at and see if there's anybody that if there's like a courier service.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you ask around for a few minutes. Eventually, get pointed to a small shop over in what's it called? Jonan's Walk, which is near the entrance to the city of Eserim. It's a
Jonan's
small...
Walk?
Jonan's Walk, yes. So
right.
I can show you on Bowscape.
Oh, you even have this prepared.
Oh yeah, dude, I made the whole town. This is Jonan's Walk over here. Right over here.
Making my way downtown.
There we go. So this is Jonan's Walk. And so you make your way over to a small building right here. It's just got, you see like the picture of like an owl, or not an owl, yeah, an owl on the outside. And you see it just says like Korean Courier Service.
I walk in.
All
Is
right.
it open?
It does
for
appear to be
business?
open. Yes, so you make
I
your
walk
way
in.
inside. As you enter in, you see kind of an older man sitting at a desk. You can hear in the back kind of like birds kind of fluttering and moving about. And as you walk in, he looks up. He says, "Oh, well, how can I help you today?"
Oh, good morning, sir. I wanted to I wanted to know if I could get like a small box where I can I can have shipped out.
He says, "We might be able to help you with that. How big of a box are you looking for?"
Nothing too big. I just want to throw a few like knickknacks. Maybe throw in items that are like button sized or stuff like that. Nothing super big or super heavy.
Right, so you see him kind of like pull out a tome as he kind of starts to go through it. And he's like, "All right, I think I know exactly what you're looking for. And what will you be shipping?"
Two things. I'm gonna be shipping. I want currency and a letter delivered to my father.
Okay, and where will this be going?
This will be going It's going to a small town at the outskirts of
Do you remember?
Woodpine.
Woodpine.
Yeah, Woodpine. It's like right at the outskirts of the town.
I think you mean Shang is where you're from.
Isn't that where I trained?
Is that what it was?
Yes, that's where I trained, and Woodpine is where I'm originally from.
Okay. Yep, you're right. All right. So you're gonna send it to Woodpine. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Sorry, I was trying to remember. He's like,
Arthas, you're
"All
revealing
right."
too much of my story to these guys.
That was my bad.
It's all good.
He's like, all right, I can get it sent over to Woodpine for you. That's and he like kind of like goes through his ledger and he looks for a few minutes. And he's like, all right, that will be 30 gold to get it delivered to Woodpine.
Yes. All right. So does he give me the box?
Yeah. So he kind of pulls out goes to the back room. You see him come back with a small box and he kind of pushes it towards you.
All right. So I pay him the 30 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go to my gold area. So I can fix that. I give him the 30 gold, and then in the box itself, I'm gonna drop 100 gold pieces and the letter.
Okay.
And once I seal it up and everything, I'm on the top of the box. I will write the name Joseph Mir.
All right.
To, from, and then I'll write my name.
Okay.
Sanyo Mir.
All right. So you fill that out, hand it back to the man, and he's like, all right, we will get this shipped out on the next delivery.
Yeah. It is you cannot miss it. It is the little ranch where you'll find a lot of war pups being trained for the military. Hard to miss.
He's like, I'll make a special note of that. He kind of bids you a good day, and goes back to what he's doing.
And then I head back to where all the shops were at, where I was chilling with Elamir before he disappeared on me.
All right. So Elamir, go ahead and roll a perception check just to see what you see.
25, sorry.
25. Ooh. Wow. All right. So you have been keeping an eye out. You see a lot of stuff. You see a lot of the traders, opening up crates, getting their goods for the day out as they, get them on their merchant carts that they have. You see there are a lot of people here, and as, the morning's going, you're seeing more and more people making their way over here. You're not seeing anyone really making their way toward the grate to do anything. But again, you do see a lot of shops. You do see just a lot of people. Nothing in particular stands out to you.
Okay. Do I see any specific potion merchants?
From where you're sitting in the woods, you can't quite see all the shops, but you are welcome to kind of make your way around town to see what is there.
Okay, I'll bust out and walk around the block.
All right. So you walk around and you see a few potion shops, or I should say a few potion. Gosh, I can't talk. A few potion merchant carts, as well as a larger potion shop right over here. Called so the potion shop is called Toadstool Alchemy, but the merchant God, I cannot talk tonight, guys. The merchant carts you see about 2 of them that are also selling potions.
Okay, I'd like to check out one of the carts and just kind of ask and see what they sell in a general sense. Maybe, I guess, to be nonchalant, I'll ask them how much their healing potions are, but then seeing if I can scope out any of the fire breathing or growth potions just to see if I can maybe get an idea of who these belong to.
Sure. Give me 1 second to look up price on those. So we can actually give you the proper price. Alright, so you walk up to one of the alchemy stations and you see a younger woman. She has kind of dark hair, black hair as you approach, and she's wearing kind of a dark red dress. And as you get closer, she's like, "Welcome, welcome. What are you looking for? Is there anything I can help you with today?"
Just sort of shopping. Do you have a health potion by chance?
She's, I actually have 2 health potions, just potions of healing. Is that what you were looking for?
Yes, yes.
And how many did you need? Just 1 or 2?
Just 1.
Okay, that will be 50 gold pieces.
50 gold. Okay. I'm a little poor, so is that the lowest you can go?
She kind of like gives you an eye for a second, and you can certainly roll a persuasion check to see if you can change her mind.
Yes.
Good luck.
17.
17. She kind of looks you over for a minute, kind of looking at your gear, and then says, "I could probably come down to about 40 gold pieces."
You know what? I got somebody else. I think I'll have to come back. Don't have all my money on me at the moment.
She's, "All right, well, I'll be waiting for you here." As you see her turn around, roll a perception check real quick.
11.
11. Okay, so as you see her turn around, she kind of opens up the crate that she has a bunch of potions in, but you're not really able to make out what kind of potions. You can just kind of see the tops of them in the crate.
Okay. I guess just curiously, I'll tell her, I might make my way back. I'm going on quite a long journey, and I need to deliver some specific goods to some friends far away. Do you by chance have a potion of, was it Giant's Potion?
Potion of growth.
Potion of growth?
We have what he said last week was we had 4 potions of healing, 2 giant strength, 1 fire resistance, and then the 4 that he mentioned today.
Okay.
And he did
I'll
tell
ask
us all
about
that.
the growth and just
Okay.
see if she's...
So she looks in her crate and she's like, "No, it doesn't look like I have any of those today."
And I ask her, is that hard to come by, or is it a pretty common potion?
It's a great question for the DM.
Come on, DM. I thought you were ready for everything.
I'm
get
just
up on
like,
the
I guess
spot.
to tell you, I'm just trying to get a sense of like if what we found is like really rare, or if it's just like a scattered potion.
Gotcha. You do think that Amber probably could tell you the price if you wanted to know.
No, it's more I'm trying to find out the uniqueness of it.
Like how much it cost, or you just want to know the uniqueness of it? So it's an uncommon potion. What
Okay,
you...
so not everybody would have it.
It's, yeah. It's not just something
I guess
you
my
find sitting around.
Yeah,
Basically,
my point
think
is if we can find out who ditched it based on, if the little vendors don't have it, then maybe the big one is who I need to go look at in the future.
Yeah.
Okay. But that'll be all for now.
Okay.
I guess I'll meet back up with Steel Scar.
All right. Yeah, I was going to say, so at this point, Levi, you are done with your report.
Woohoo!
And were you guys making your way back to the Goblin Gazette?
Yeah,
So?
I'm basically just walking up the street, and do I see him talking to this lady as I'm like basically walking back to the spot?
Yeah, you see him talking to the lady, but looks like the conversation has wrapped up as he starts making his way back toward the Goblin Gazette.
Okay, no, that's fine. I wanted to find him like if he was at the end of a conversation and just tell him, should we go meet up with Levi, see if he's done?
I think that sounds like a great plan.
All right, so you guys head back toward the Goblin Gazette. Levi, as you finish up writing, you look it over, this masterpiece of a report, and you proudly march it over to. Are you wanting to give it to Groggard right now?
I'm gonna give it to my my party first and be like, hey guys, what do you think?
Okay.
Anything in here you want to take out?
You finish up, but you want to wait for them to get back. So you eventually see Steel Scar and Elamir come walking up the steps. You guys see Levi standing there with a piece of parchment in his hands.
Are you finished?
Yeah, I think I'm done. I just wanted to see if you guys wanted to give it a look over in case I included anything that you prefer to not be said.
Sure, reading is my specialty.
I can read it to you if you'd like.
Do you actually have a report? Did you write it out?
No.
Okay.
No way.
I mean,
I suck at writing.
Do you want to read it to him, or you want him to write it? Do you want him to read it? What would you like to do?
We can read it.
Uh-oh.
We can read it together.
There you go. Okay, so you guys go into the room, you sit down, read it over. Steel Scar, are you having both of them look it over, or just Steel Scar?
Both of them. I mean, I wanted to have both of them look at it.
So whoever wants to read it, look it over, both roll an intelligence check.
Exactly.
So I'm going to be reading it with them.
Yeah.
So should I roll one then?
No, you're good. You've already rolled it.
I got a 15.
Elamir got a 15.
I got a 0.
You got a 0. You're rolling that one. Steel Scar. It is the greatest. It is the greatest piece of parchment you have read.
I look at Levin
like,
this is a masterpiece. Amazing work. I could never write something as good as this. Never.
As that is happening, Elamir, you read it over and you just kind of shudder at certain points. At just some of the grammar's off, the wording's wrong. Some things are in there that maybe didn't actually happen, but are clearly embellished. Would you like to share this information with him, or?
Yeah, I guess I'll kind of go into the room he was in and be like, I'm just gonna make some quick adjustments.
I look at Elamir and I'm like, what do you want adjustments for? I think it's amazing.
Oh no! You know, it's totally fine. Criticism builds a better product. Absolutely.
Like I have some experience with writing myself, so
as do I.
All right, there you go.
But I guess it is Levi's paper, so if he thinks that you can write on it,
all right.
Just some finishing polish.
All right, so Elamir, go ahead and roll a performance check.
Oof.
A 9.
A 9? Hey, that's better than a 6 or whatever.
It's 7 total. 7 total.
7. All right, so Elamir, you go in there, just make a few changes here and there. Erasing things as you think you'd be able to on a piece of parchment. So you do that, come back out. You think it looks better than it started.
I do want to say that it took me a little longer than expected to read through it. Yeah.
Like Levi was reading through it with you, and he finished twice the time. He was
I was just like looking at Levi like, what does this word say? What about this word?
It says the.
All right, SpongeBob.
All right, there you go. All right, so you guys are.
Turn it in.
So Elamir, you go back, hand it over to Levi. You want to turn this in?
Yeah, might as well.
It's gonna get.
It's as good as it's gonna get at the moment.
All right, so you walk over, mention to Sharon that you guys would have a report for Groggard. She tells you to go ahead and head inside. He takes the report. He's like, "Good, I'm eager to look this over." And he kind of takes a few minutes to read through it.
As he gets that piece of paper, I tell him, "You will not be disappointed, Chief. It is a masterpiece."
Oh god, I'm just like gonna palm my face because I'm just like, oh.
I
I know I'm nervous. I know. Could you? It's not my best work.
I know. I'm like praising it. I'm like, truly a work of a genius here.
All right, so Grogger looks it over for a few minutes. You see his eyebrows go up at times, and he kind of scrunches his eyebrows at other times, and he gets to the end, and he goes, "Well, you boys certainly got the job done. Levi, maybe we could work a little bit on your writing skills, but I'm happy with the finished product."
Well, that's good to hear. Sorry about that. I might have been a little nervous.
He's like, "All right, well, I believe I owe you boys something." So you watch as he first pulls out a small sack, which kind of jingles as he pulls it out, and he sets it down in front of you guys. And he goes, "First, here is the payment for the assignment, 500 gold like we agreed upon." And then you see him pull out 3 pieces of parchment, which he then slides in front of each of you, and he's like, "And these are your contracts to accept your position working for the Goblin Gazette." And basically, just at a quick glance, the contract talks about that you guys will be working for the Goblin Gazette, that you can't hold them liable for any injuries or fines that they must pay during their work. They also promise to not besmirch the Goblin Gazette name, understanding that you represent the company.
Is there any? Can I see any like hidden fine print or anything?
You can make a perception check if you'd like.
Sure.
And while you're doing that, he does say, "I should note that we did have to pull out some gold, as we're gonna have to pay for that cube that you guys killed. So your official payment is 350 gold for this job."
Ooh, those cubes are expensive.
Yes, not easy to get a hold of those things. Be careful next time.
Yeah,
So-
we probably wouldn't be able to figure out what was going on without killing it. There was really no getting around it, unfortunately.
So I read this contract over.
I got a 20, by the way.
You got
And-
20?
Yeah.
Okay, here, let me... So, you don't... It's a pretty simple contract. You don't see anything that sticks out to you other than, that you can't hold them liable for damages or fines or something like that. That basically, whatever you guys do while you're out there, you have to take care of it yourself.
So as I read it through, I look up at Grogger, and I'm like, why is this contract very similar to what the military contracts are?
And he's like, "Well,
I would know a military contract.
I've never seen a military contract, so I wouldn't know that."
Well, I've seen one. I signed one, and they sound pretty similar to me.
Is that a bad thing?
Depends. If you get in trouble, it could be.
He's like, "Well, we're just trying to protect the company here. We will certainly support you guys and have your backs, but if you, I don't know, say kill a gelatinous cube that was purchased by the city to keep the sewers clean, then that's something that you are going to have to pay for."
Do the people in this town know that the city buys gelatinous cubes for protection?
He's like, "I don't know if the everyday common folk know that, but the sewers aren't something that someone just goes exploring in their free time. It is blocked for a reason. Usually there's not a guard presence, but no one just goes wandering through the sewers on their own typically."
What if you dropped a coin down?
Well, I guess
That's
you're
great.
out of luck. He's like, there are precautions to ensure the cubes can't get out, but yeah, you usually just don't go wandering through the sewers.
It's true.
It's a controversial topic right now. It's like,
Okay.
well, are you boys gonna sign those contracts?
Yeah, I'll sign it.
I sign it.
Oh,
That's
man.
it.
I sign my
You want
life
with ink
away.
or blood?
Just ink. No need for
Okay.
blood. Alright, so you
I
guys
s-
sign the contracts?
I sign my life away.
There you go. See, you sign the contracts. Excuse me. And he kind of collects them. Taps them on the desk to straighten them out. And he says, "Well, it's good to have you boys working for the Goblin Gazette." As he reaches out his arm to shake each of your hands. And he's like, "Welcome to the company."
I give him a very firm and strong, overpowering handshake.
All right, you grip his big, meaty, gray hand. Very
With my
firmly.
big, meaty, brownish hand.
Armored hand, maybe? All right, so he goes, "Well, now that you are employees of the Goblin Gazette, a few things I want to mention. You can get free lodging at the Balding Bard.
Sweet.
Which is right next door. I'm not sure where you guys stayed last night.
Does
that
that
Balding
include
Bard.
matinee?
Oh, well, perfect. You know exactly where it is then. Harry's a fantastic owner. I would recommend him to anybody. You do have to pay for your food and drink, though.
So you mean to tell me we could have slept there for free last night?
Yes, I was here waiting for you guys. I didn't know when you'd get back, but I didn't see you, so I head home for the night.
We were smelly.
We were smelly. I didn't have a report. We wouldn't have been able to write a report then. I probably still would have rolled a 1. I said that out loud.
He kind of
And
glances over at you for a second. He's like, "Well, anyways, you do have to still pay for food and drink. Also, you can take out a loan with us, up to 1,000 gold if you need to purchase anything, supplies for an upcoming assignment, maybe items from Amber and Oscar downstairs, but up to 1,000 gold is the limit."
okay, cool. Thank you. How would we get
What now?
assignments? And then,
Well, I actually
when
do
do
have
I get
another
one of those?
Oh, he's like,
Those books.
He kind of reaches into his desk and he pulls out this tome that he hands over to you, Levi. So what you can see on it is you see the Goblin Gazette logo on it, kind of GG. It's kind of got this light purple kind of cover to it, and as you open it up, the pages are just blank. And Groggard tells you, "So this is how you will be sending in your reports to me when you're out in the field. Basically what you do, write in your book there what your report is, and he reaches into his desk, pulls out another book. He says it will show up in this book right here where I can take a look at it."
Oh, that's fantastic. Who made these?
He's like, Amber actually did. It's an invention of hers.
Oh, it's fantastic. I'll have to talk to her about it. That sounds very interesting type of magic.
She is a very bright woman.
I get it.
No one
Thanks.
else got it. It's okay.
No, I got it. I'm just.
Steel Scar has a blank expression on his face.
Yes, I do. I'm like, I don't get it.
There you go. Alright, so he goes.
Amber means fire, right?
He kind of glances over. He's like, if you're looking for an assignment, we actually have one. If you're ready.
What do you guys say?
I guess, does he care more to find out about the rest of the potions, or do we feel like we're good for now?
So, from your conversation with him before, he seemed to have only been interested in what was going on. And from your conversations with Captain Doring, Groggard said he was probably going to pay him a visit to see what was going on.
Okay.
So would it be safe to assume that if we were to take on this task, it would be unpaid again?
Yeah, so basically, you've done your job. If you want to look into it more for your own reasons, or maybe you want a follow-up report or something about it, you could do that, but he's not offering it as an assignment. And from his perspective, your contract has been fulfilled. You discovered what was going on in the sewers.
All right.
And that was the job.
Well, I'm just the muscle here, guys. So wherever you guys decide to go, I'll follow suit.
Yeah. What else you got?
All right, so you want to accept the next
Yep,
assignment?
that sounds good. Yep,
Yes.
sounds
Alright.
great.
So, let me see where I am here. Alright, so basically, he takes a seat. He leans back in his chair. He's like, so last night, or I should say this morning, a beggar was found killed over in Sun's Rise. As terrible as it may sound, the death of a beggar is not newsworthy in town, but a murder is. And this beggar was certainly murdered. I don't know the specifics, haven't made my way over there, but from what I understand, his body was found this morning, and there's currently an ongoing investigation going on into what happened to him.
Do you happen to know who's leading this investigation?
Well, it would be the town guard.
Okay.
Our running
Our good friend
investigator.
Lucas?
I don't know. Well, Lucas is the captain of the guard. He's more the guy in charge. He's not, typically the guy on the ground doing the work. If that...
He might be able to point us in the right direction if we
Makes
wanted to go
sense.
see him, but I also feel that we might be getting too close into guard business then, and
Yeah, so he says,
might
well,
know
yeah,
what to
he's like,
let him know.
Lucas is a good man, but he is a man by the books, and a man of order and law. And while he does seem to have the city's heart, or best interests at heart, I'm sure from his perspective, the guards are doing their best, and might not be willing to give you guys very much information on this investigation.
I say nothing.
That's fine. That's fine. Yep. We'll go explore and see what we can turn up. Might
He's
be
like,
able to find something.
All right. Well, first, so your assignment will be to figure out what you can about this murder. What information? Again, I only know that there's a murder. I don't know what the specifics are, who it was, how they were killed. I don't know any of that information. Maybe you could talk to some folks, see what they know. And if you can gather any information about where the guards currently are in their investigation, do that. And maybe if you're able to figure out something else, I don't know. I'm not going to say figure out the murder, but see what you can find out. I'm sure people would love to know what's going on.
Sounds great. And if one thing leads to another, should we follow those leads to, if we say get ahead of the guards and are finding more things? Should we come back here first with that information, or should we go to the guards?
He kind of winks at you and he's like, whatever you think would make a great story.
Very well.
Are there any known kind of like people in town that might have a good idea of what's going on? Some whispers or whatnot?
He says, well, unfortunately, I don't make my way over to Sun's Rise very often. A lot of poorer folk over there. But so unfortunately, no, I don't know of anyone. I'm sure you could maybe poke your head in some of the taverns around town or speak to some people, but no, I don't have anyone in specific you could talk to.
Sunrise is a whole different city, right?
No, Sunrise is just a district here in Eserim.
All right, well, I guess we got a lot of work
Yeah,
cut out
so
for
here
us.
I can show you where Sun's Rise is. Sun's Rise is over here. This area of town.
Oh, because the bridge makes it look like a freaking circle.
The what?
That bridge makes it look like a sun. I don't know. I'm taking the
I think
guess.
you just-
The part of the town where the sun rises in the morning over.
That's your best guess as to why it's called Sun's Rise. But yeah, so
Sure.
you guys know where Sun's Rise is, but you've not visited it. You could roll a history check to see what you know about Sun's Rise.
All of us?
You can all roll, yeah?
I crit.
Oh,
Did you say you crit or you crit?
I crit.
Oh, you crit. Okay.
you said history?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
I got a 6.
Okay.
I got a 0 again.
Oh my gosh! You get a
So
natural
my
one
21
again.
will do.
I mean, to be fair, Steelscar thought Sun's Rise was a completely different city, so
Exactly.
Yeah,
he still
makes sense.
All right, so Levi, you've not really made your way over there. What did you get, Elmir?
21.
Okay, 21. Okay, so you've kept your ear to the ground, listened to people. So what you know about Sun's Rise is that, as Groggard said, it is kind of the poorer district of town. A lot of the people over there. So Eserim itself is very much a mercantile town. Trade is the main way that they do a lot of their stuff. So you see a lot of shops. You see a lot of wealth being traded between hands. But Sun's Rise is where a lot of the people who do kind of the dirtier jobs live. The people who are running the mills or, the people who are working on the docks, stuff like that.
Okay.
Before we head over, I'd like to go talk with Amber for a bit. If that's all right.
So you...
I'll follow him.
Can we? I'd like to thank Grogum and just tell him that he'll hear from us soon.
Okay. All right. Groggard's like, good luck. Looking forward to seeing what you guys can find.
Did he give him the tablet that he promised him?
Yeah,
What?
the book.
Yeah,
The
you
book,
can-
the tome. The tome. There you go.
Yeah, so there's a tome that Levi has and there's a tome that Groggard has. Whatever Levi writes in his tome shows up in Groggard's tome.
iMessage. Interesting.
Yeah, I kind of want to also go ask Amber a little bit more about it, and see if there's any interesting features. Can I do emojis and stuff?
All right, so
I follow.
You make your way downstairs to talk to Amber. She seems to be busy reading through some tomes. As you can hear Oscar in the back rummaging through some stuff. She doesn't see you. She's looking at her tome.
Hey Amber, how's it going?
She's like, oh, good morning. How are you doing today?
We're hired. I have a job.
She's like, oh, that's wonderful news. As she, claps her hands. She's like, that means I'll be getting to work more with you boys.
Yep, it'd be great. I ended up, I got one of your books that you made. Fascinated by it. I was wondering if you might be able to tell me a little bit more about it.
Ah, yes, my books of messaging. What information are you looking for?
Oh, just kind of, what inspired you to make it and, how you make it. What do you do? Do you just enchant a book or does it just, and it's here or what do you, I'm interested.
She's like,
Being a scholarly man myself, I'd like to, talk to you about it.
she's like, well, yes, so it is a design of my own invention. The way it works, I'm sure Groggard might have explained it to you. Whatever you write in one book appears in the other. The reason I came up with it was mainly because it was something that Groggard, when he had pitched the idea of the Goblin Gazette to us, how we could overcome some of the problems that may arise with communicating with our workers out in the fields.
I guess I also had another question about it. So if I erase something in the book, does it also erase it in his?
Yeah, so basically it is instantaneous. Whatever, it's not that it sends it, but whatever you write in your book appears in his book at that moment.
Okay, cool. So does it work both ways too? Could he make a note in the book and we see it?
Yes.
Okay. That's fantastic to know.
The only thing that's difficult about it is there's no way to notify the person that something's been written in it.
That's fine. That's fine.
So one of the things
So-
Groggard does in the morning is go through all the tomes to see if he has any reports waiting.
About how many field agents? Do you know how many are out there?
She goes, we have a few. I unfortunately don't know the exact amount. We have quite a few teams. Probably about a dozen or so out in the field, and then some single reporters as well.
Oh, wow. Doing this solo, that sounds rough.
So yes, some people prefer it that way. Others, the job doesn't require a full team.
And then I guess I have one more question for you. So I was wondering, I was looking to brush up on some of my magical spells a bit. Do you happen to know where I'd be able to maybe even get some training or like practice for a bit?
What kind of training are you looking for specifically?
Well, I'm kind of looking to learn maybe a few new tricks or something because I feel like doing this kind of work, I could use a little bit different skill set from what I'm doing now. Maybe learn something new in the meantime.
Did you have a specific spell in mind?
I had a couple. One that I was really looking at. I was like, man, I would really wish I could use some fairy fire. Don't have that on me anymore, so I'm just like, wish I could learn that one. There's maybe also something a little bit more offensive. Needs some offensive abilities, but just looking right now to see what I could get.
So she basically says, well, from my understanding of how your magic works, changing what you know is not very easy to do. It might be a laborious process.
Yeah,
Potentially expensive for you. If that's something you would be interested in, I could certainly find some information and see what I could get you.
Yeah, that'd be great if you could just keep your ear to the ground or something and see what comes up.
Certainly, I can do that for you.
Great, thank you. And then I think that would be it. It was lovely speaking with you.
All right, you too have a lovely day, boys.
And we're
On our way out, I hand out 116 gold to each of them. That's the prize money split up
hot diggity.
from the first job.
The prize.
Oh, I had-
the contract for the contract.
Yeah,
It's like, what prize
I
did
had-
you guys win?
It was 160
Surprisingly
gold
working
with
weight.
six silver and 6 copper. If you want to be technical.
My God, I'm sitting at 666 gold.
Oh
Uh
no!
oh, a demon appears before you. All right, so what would you guys like to do after Elamir hands you your gold?
Gamble it all the way.
We probably would want to go talk outside more because I want to talk to him kind of about what they were investigating while I was writing.
Okay. All right, so you guys head outside
So-
the Goblin Gazette onto the streets of the Merchant Quarter.
Well, team, we did it. We're here. This is great.
You guys do like the Anchorman jump
Yeah.
when they're all going to the soup
Yeah.
store.
And then, so what'd you guys learn? Would you hear? What's that gem worth? Anything? And did you find out anything about the potions?
Oh, so we have, besides the 5 potions that our DM messed up and gave us.
Well, I just I told you, and you were going to
Yeah.
get them. I told you what they were.
Yeah, so the ones that we couldn't identify, Amber told us we had 2 potions of fire breathing and 2 potions of growth, and Elamir and I basically found out why that contraption beast spit out fire.
Cool.
Yep. The gym, Amber told us was an Arcanist gym. And
Wait, what? Excuse
Yeah.
me?
an Arcanist gym. I just smile and nodded as she told me this, but that's what it is.
Okay.
And
Wow.
she said it's worth about 5,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I'll hand it back over to Levi, clearly seeing that he's the
What,
only one.
what do you want me? We don't want to sell it. I mean, we all found it together. I mean, we're all in this together. I mean,
Now-
I'd be happy to keep this. Like,
I didn't know if
you
you'd
mentioned.
be able to use it to make one of those rings, the spell
Yeah.
storing ring.
She
That-
did mention something about some ring. I didn't catch the details, but
Spell
maybe
storing
you
ring
guys
would be fantastic. Actually, might even help us in our journey. We could maybe keep this and then hold on to it to see if we have it. I mean, I don't even have to be wearing that ring if we store a spell into it.
Right.
she did say we should find a jeweler.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep,
Maybe we
and
could
then,
find one in town.
And a enchanter.
I snooped around the grate. At this point, I'm not sure if it's any nefarious work or if maybe just some lazy pollution. So we'll keep our ears out for the source behind the shambling monster thing.
Oh, DM, I have a question. This gem,
Yes, sir.
am I able to use it so I can cast Identify?
Are you able to cast Identify on it?
No, not Identify. It's just like one of the materials, I guess. I guess the material for Identify is a pearl. Worth 100 GP.
Yes, yeah,
Ugh.
no, you won't be able to cast Identify with it. Yeah, no.
Damn.
But yeah, the gem itself you can't store spells in the gem itself. You have to have, basically someone has to make it.
Oh,
It's one
no,
of the
yeah, I
components,
got
yeah.
that.
Okay.
No, I have Identify learned and I can't use it on anything because I don't have the components.
Yeah.
Shopping.
I think.
I can't afford the components.
Does it have the value component associated with it?
Yeah, 100 GP.
Okay.
100 GP.
Yeah.
You're staying at
100
666.
Yeah.
You could use it if you wanted to, but yeah, no.
Okay.
No, yeah, you need a specific pearl, not a gem. This is like a ruby.
Yeah, got it.
So
Ooh, it's red.
it is deep red, and as you actually look at it, you can see like bits of arcane energy kind of sparking inside of it that you couldn't see in the dark down in the sewers.
Man, how did I miss this? Jeez, this is so obvious now.
I don't know. I'm not good with magic, so don't look at me.
Apparently, I'm not either.
Yeah, what do
Shall
you
we?
guys have to do?
So we could go shopping, or we could head over to Sunrise District. I guess. Is that what it was?
Sunrise, yeah.
Sunrise, yeah.
Yep. I have everything I need.
I could go grab a couple of things real quick, and so I'll probably just. I do want to get one of those gems in case, or one of those pearls if I can,
Okay.
so I can identify anything that we come across.
Yeah, I'll follow them if
So
they head that
what are
way.
you looking for? So you're looking for a pearl to be able to cast Identify.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me look up if you have to actually have that. Because I know you can sometimes cast things without the cost. You know what it is? It doesn't consume the pearl, so once you have it, you can
Yeah.
keep using it. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's expensive for a simple spell.
No,
Mhm.
but it makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so you was there anything else, or you just wanted to buy a pearl?
I just want to get the pearl so I can
Okay.
actually use this spell
Yeah,
if I
you
have
make
to.
your way to a jeweler shop, one called Jezerite Jewels. As you enter in, you see a dark-skinned man. His hair is pulled back, and kind of these dreadlock-looking things. Sorry, let me get the exact description. He has bright blue eyes, he wears a blue vest, white shirt underneath, and his pants are a dark black, and he has fine jewelry on his hands and his necks. And as you walk in, he's like, "Welcome, welcome. How may I help you today? Welcome to Jezerite Jewels."
Hey, are you Jezrite?
No, my name is Gilus, actually.
Gilus?
Yes.
Okay. So I was wondering if I could get a pearl. You know, I am trying to use it to be able to cast the Identify spell with. So I'm looking for something a little bit pricey and can withstand, you know, some magical focus.
So he puts up a finger, and he's like, "I know exactly what you're looking for. Give me just 1 second." And he, like, goes over to, like, a set of drawers. You see him, like, pulling out the different drawers until he finds what he's looking for. As he pulls out this small pearl. He's like, "This pearl, I think, is exactly what you need."
Wow, that'd be great.
Is that all you've been needing today?
I guess not everything. So, would you be able to craft jewelry as well?
Of course I could craft jewelry. What exactly do you need done?
How about a ring of spell storing?
And kind of like, scratch yourself. I could certainly do a ring of spell storing, but you would need an Arcanist gem to be able to do that. Do you have the materials?
Yeah, I was just wondering how much that would run me if I had the materials.
Give me one
Let's just
second.
say hypothetically. Hypothetically.
Just one
Hypothetical.
second. Let me take a look. So
One.
Take a look around. Says, well, I couldn't tell you how much the enchanting piece would cost of the work for a ring of spell storing, but for the gem to be cut to the proper size, and for the ring itself, it would run you about 3,000 gold pieces.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Of course. Was there anything else I could help you with today?
How much was this pearl?
The pearl
so I can
is
purchase-
100 gold pieces.
Would you be able to give me a discount? You know, seeing as I'll be probably coming back for future business as well.
Kind of like eyes you. Go ahead and roll a perception or a persuasion check.
Don't suck.
Man. Y'all some cheapos.
Oh gosh, what is it?
It's common courtesy.
And
5.
11.
11. He thinks for a moment. He goes, probably not today, but if you come back, maybe we can take a discount.
Sure, I'll pay him 100 gold.
All right, so you pay him 100 gold, and you have your pearl.
Cool.
Right.
Got
Is
a
there
pearl.
anything else you boys want to do?
I am done.
I'm done.
Yeah,
Alright.
I don't really have anything else I need right now. I'm pretty good with that.
All right, well,
Um,
we can say you guys want to head over to, or you want to head over to Sunrise?
What time of day is it at this point? Is like,
Yeah.
It's probably about 9 o'clock in the morning at this point.
oh snap. Okay, so yeah, I guess we can head to sunrise.
Sun's Rise is what it's called.
Sun's rise. I did write sun's rise as
The
well.
House of the Rising Sun.
There you go.
mhm.
All right, well, I think that's probably a good spot to wrap it up for tonight as you guys head over to Sun's Rise to gather more information on the murder that took place there. Cool.
Muck duck.
I'll call out for a night.
Sounds
All
good.
right. Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
We're going to shoot for next Saturday as well. Trying to get that affiliate for the Twitch channel. So, thank you everyone who watched for the night. Be sure to check us out on Twitter. Our handle is @ADV with ADV.
One word.
Yeah, all one word. Follow us on Twitch if you haven't yet. And hoping to get this over to YouTube soon. And then pretty soon I'm going to try... We have a Podbean account with everything up on it, but I'm hoping to start pushing that out to all the podcast libraries. So thank you very much, everyone, for stopping by.
Thank
out.
you.
Have
Have a good night, folks.
Bye.